Derek. Yeah, so I mean, when we get to chat about like DMX, I mean, if you have a minute, we could play one of his songs. I'll vote for "God Give Me a Sign."
Of course, bro.
All right, we're live. I'll send the link.
Let's go.
Okay, I send the link to the Facebook video. Sending now to Derek.
Okay.
Thanks to others for joining. This is another episode with your boy Boytag. Feel free to drop your name, city, so we could do shout outs. And in terms of sound and everything, if it's okay, please let us know on the comment section. Feel free to share and comment as much as possible. It's just a chat. We'll be having a chat with Boytag, learning. You know what I mean? Anyway, you see. You see. You know the drill, probably. Yeah, shout out to McCoy. I mean, man, keep pushing, keep doing the good job. I mean, you are producing so many good songs, and you know the way Big Hands start is that people don't know them, and I don't mean they don't know you, but I mean you're in the background just pushing the strings and doing stuff, and then we are here enjoying. So keep doing it, keep pushing. Thanks for your job, thanks for the quality work you're putting out there. I see SB Comics. Shout out to you. Oh yeah, Z. You see? Anyway, Z, we'll talk about this. If you look at what I'm putting on, it's from Z Incredible Sponder. He did this in the Middle East and then shipped it to me here in the United States. So you see, customized. He wrote here in Arabic, Alhamdulillah, and on the back, he says that I'm going to fight the lion. Pray for the lion. Thank you, Z. All right, let me send to Derek, and we'll go on. But if you got it, you can send to him too.
Yeah, I think the link you sent, I think I got it. I've already shared.
Okay, great. All right, great. So Boytag, McCoy, the widest producer, McCoy Twap. Is in the comment section. Good job, guys. You know what you do? It's like you're making medicine. Mashallah. Let me share and we can proceed. Alrighty, shared. Mashallah. So Boytag, thanks brother. Thanks for showing up once again. You know, on my part, when we have these conversations, it's like I've taken caffeine or something. Like it's like I've gone on a retreat. You see what I mean? I work and I smile and I do stuff while wondering, this man, like, what's up? And I'm just laughing. So thanks again for showing up. All the energy we would capture here and distribute. We ourselves can connect later. So and catch it again and enjoy it. Yeah, welcome. So what's up? What's up, brother?
great, bro. So far, so great, man. We are trying to, take another turn after the release of my song. We are on a digital tour after a media tour, and now we are preparing for the next release. Uh, I can say everything is about to go well because
Okay.
my EP is ready, and also I'm really getting ready for the big stage. Yeah,
Mashallah.
I'm
To
getting
move
prepared for the big
people,
stage. Yeah.
you be like if you watch anime, you see like the I used to love characters that are like puppet masters. They have strings that are invisible, so they connect it to people and then they're moving them like that. So
Yeah.
just like DJs with music, you two with the mic, you say everybody jump up.
Bruh, man. I mean,
You see what I
yeah.
mean? So when you're on
So
that
that's
big stage.
that's the best. Like I think to me, it's the greatest feeling an artist can have. When you're on stage and you can connect with your people that way. It's really something to cherish.
Mashallah.
I
And
think yes, if we can count the great moments of an artist, apart from the fact of creating the song in the studio and everything, vibing to it, I think one of the greatest parts in an artist's career is when the artist is on stage performing the songs that the people love and connecting with the people. Like put your hands up in the air, everybody goes go like this, everybody does it, and I mean it's really a great feeling.
mashallah, you say jump and stand in the air, and people stand. You're like, what?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's that's what's up, bro. That's the
Yeah, I
feeling.
see, I see. And I mean, what you are doing and what everyone else is doing. It's not just for us. People go back to Egypt, for example, dig in the pyramids, and then they pick out something that was written by those guys, and you see the paintings and the coloring, and you're like, man, these people were.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is what you're doing too, and it's not far away. Even like this young man spinning around here, he may listen to you later, 20 years from now, and it may pump that energy that you got since its value. Maybe it must have
yeah.
multiplied. You see, so did
That's the
you,
dream, bro.
as you grow up as an artist, when you were coming up, did you ever think of this part of the job, standing on the stage, and how did that make you feel? And what did you think when you were going through those kinds of thoughts?
It was really, I can say it was kind of a subconscious or an unconscious motivation. Let me just call it that way. It was
Mashallah.
just something at the back of my mind, like when this song is done and we put it out there, once the people love it, and when I'm performing the song, they connect with me. I mean, I'm going to feel great. So it was kind of a way uh, of, I can say it was in a way a source of motivation for me
Yeah.
doing a song. So
Yeah.
before I go into the studio to write a lyrics or a chorus to a song, I will first of all imagine how the crowd will respond to that song once I'm performing it on stage. You
Mashallah.
see,
I
so
see.
I already try to visualize that connection already before writing the songs that I write. Yes.
Mashallah, I see. And some of those, I actually, now that you put it that way, I remember that your songs actually have that effect on me. You see, especially like when you do Papa Ele and stuff like that,
Exactly,
it takes
exactly
you
that.
back. You see, it takes me back to like when I was a kid.
To the childhood days,
Yes,
right?
exactly. It's really
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing when you do that. And then in terms
Thank you,
of,
bro. Thank you.
yeah, thank you too. In terms of the rap game, right? When we say games are normally things that have rules, right? And people make
Yes.
moves like
Yeah.
FIFA. You see, you make moves, Pasiman de Jang and
Yes.
stuff like that. So the rap game too is a whole world where people learn business rules. You learn even like ethics, how to interact with people. But it looks like a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know. So can you tell us about the rap game, like how you feel about it, your connection to it, how you do your stuff, and for those who are coming up too, maybe kids who want to get into the game. I mean, the whole thing. Let's just chat about that.
I think personally for me, I look at the rap game as I can say it's just poetry on a beat, right?
Mashallah, yeah.
Like yes, for me, I think you're telling a story on a beat. So I see myself as a messenger. I don't just see myself as an artist or as a rapper, but I see myself as a messenger because I believe in the mindset that each and every one of us here on earth have a each and every one of us has a part to play. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, I think we have a part to play, and I'm just trying to do, to play my part using music to play my part. So really, when I look at the rap game in that light, I look at it in a way that I don't really know how I can tell you this,
Take your
but
time. Take your time.
I look, but I personally don't look at the rap game as a stage for competition, because there are a lot of rappers out there who, like, all the time in each of their rap game, in each of their rap songs, they would want to tell you how much of the king they are, how much of the best they are, how
Mashallah.
much of this, how much of that they are, and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't personally see myself doing that. I don't connect with such energy. I
Yes.
really try to use mine to create more of humor and educate people. You see, so
Yeah.
to me, I look at it differently from how most people do.
Okay.
And if I'm advising any young kid or anybody coming in the rap game and all, I would just say, focus on why you are here. Are you here to pass a message? Are you here to start beefing people?
Yeah.
What is your goal? You see, what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve as a rapper? You
Yeah.
see, I am trying to reach as much people as I can. I am trying to be a voice of the voiceless. You see, to as many albinos out there, to as many people who have ever felt stigmatized in any way. You
Yeah.
see, to as many people who also came from the slums, or who also did not have a rich childhood, who were not born with golden spoons, and who are trying to make a better way for themselves. So I try much as possible to connect with such people, rather. So my
Mashallah.
message is always trying to, elevate those people morally, mentally, and all that. So that's how
Mashallah.
I see rap.
Mashallah. I mean, thanks again for that. It's your songs too. That just made me Mignon Cité, for example. That's a very deep song in terms of the message that you're passing out there. You're talking about identity, people accepting
Yes,
themselves
yes.
for who they are, how they are, and that especially for women. That was really amazing. Whether the weight does not
Thank you.
matter. Yeah, weight does not matter.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
the character. So do you get that information from like society? Is it from experience, or does it just appear to you as you rap?
Mm, I think I've also experienced that
Okay.
to some degree. You see, first, me being I've been an albino and all that, so
Yeah.
people kind of made me feel I was not accepted in the society.
Yeah.
People made me feel I was somewhat inferior, not up to the societal standard of a human being.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, since I could fight through that trauma, I thought it wise to also advise other people, because nowadays we see a lot of girls, trying to bleach themselves, trying to change their skin tone, their complexion to look fair or something. You see girls going through all sorts of surgeries because they want to increase the size of their butts or the size of their breasts.
I
You
see.
know, taking risk, playing that dangerous game with their own bodies. I really don't find it funny.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't find it funny. And I just wanted, in a way, to appreciate those who still believe in who they are,
Yeah.
despite all the peer pressure to want to look like this person, to want to look like that person. You still remain yourself, remain true to your identity. I was just, letting people know it is very, very important to be original, to be who you are, because God was not stupid making you that way, you know.
Mashallah. Yeah, I see. I see. And I mean, now that you put it that way, I'm here thinking. Imagine, since God puts us here for reasons. Imagine that God makes me the way I am, black, whoa, however that means to people that think that way. And then maybe I was supposed to teach someone a lesson that God had planted that way, and then I go and
Exactly.
change. You see what I mean? And then I go
Yes,
and change. What about this is God's plan? You see what I
you
mean?
are
So
you,
so
you are
yeah,
distorting it, you see, and I think that's something we don't get.
yeah.
That's something we don't get. Yeah.
And I mean, not to go all spiritual or religious here, but that kind of thing is making me to think that the first commandment in whatever religion it is, like to put God first, worship only God. When we do change the things that God made like that, it's like we are putting ourselves first. So it's almost like idolatry because you're kind of worshiping yourself. You
Yeah,
want to do things
really,
your way. Yeah,
really,
yeah. If one thinks of it that way.
really.
Mashallah.
And I really, I mean, it's something we should really take serious because it's driving a lot of young people now astray. You know, it's making a lot of them to go astray.
Yeah. Okay.
What they see on Instagram, what they see on Twitter, and all that, what they see on Facebook, you know, that lifestyle, that skin, that supernatural skin, which is in real life almost impossible to attain.
Yeah.
You see, and a lot of them feel that is the ideal body. It's like God has created you, but you are allowing man to put a standard on how a human being should look like.
Mashallah. I see. I see.
You see, that's the mistake we are making. We were created by God, but now we are letting man to set a standard of what a human being should look like.
I see.
Which I think is a problem. So if we can in a way sensitize these young people and let them know or let them believe in who they are, because you are unique the way you are. You see, if you go and change some things on your body trying to look like someone else, you are trying your best to become a copy of another original, whereas you were an original. You see, people are, trying to live being original and contenting themselves with becoming someone else's copy.
Yeah.
I don't find that funny at all.
Yeah, mashallah. And those songs, man, the latest one, it looks like you started translating to the domain of love. Like it's like you're a journeyman that you're walking. As you see this thing, what do you think about it? You tell us, and then it's like, have you been falling in love? Like the last song, Poto Poto. Can we talk about that?
No, not really, not me. It wasn't my story. It was a friend of mine. It was a guy who has a girlfriend, right? And you see, he prefers doing the playboy. He prefers, going outside, dating other girls, whereas he already has a girlfriend at home, whom he loves, and the girl also loves the guy, but he passes his time, playing around with other girls, doing the playboy. I'm a playboy. I can live my life. I'm a free boy. And the girl at home still didn't leave.
Yeah.
She did not leave, despite the fact he was doing all what he was doing. And after a couple of advice, after a couple of friends, talked to the guy and tried to make him understand that he was soon to lose so much harm to the girl, and he went back, apologized, and stopped, living the playboy life, and everything, came back as it was. So it was really, really inspiring. I personally, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not in the relationship stuff, but I really thought it was so inspiring. And when I got the invitation to meet with McCoy, once I got the invitation to meet with McCoy and we worked on the project, I really, when he was done with the instrumentals, I thought it was a good idea for me to put that experience, or to put what I had seen into a song, and share it with people. It's my own way to let people know that you have to appreciate people who have been genuinely there for you. You see, because we do not know when we will lose them, and you do not have to lose them before you regret. Try to appreciate, try to love, give them all the attention they deserve, because they have given you their hearts, they have given you their all, and it is not going to be a wise idea if you play with that,
Mashallah.
So that's what the song is all about.
Mashallah.
Just appreciating genuine love,
Mashallah. And I mean, again, maestro, you the maestro, you captured it in a way that I would like to share my own experience about the song. In me growing up, you live in a house, you eat food. Man, have you ever seen Janga rice? You remember Janga rice?
Have you ever seen that? The thing is, I know about it. I've eaten it a couple of times, though I was not supposed to. Yes, but I know about it.
Yeah, so you eat that at home, then you eat different types of rice, and it grows. You get to see even from an economic point of view, one gets to see how our parents would use rice because it's cheaper and faster and stuff. Then me, I went to a
Yeah.
boarding school, and then food did not taste right. And you see, and but I grew to love it. And then maybe I come to UB and I can't even cook rice. I cook my own rice, and I'm like, man, that one in school was even better. But that aside, all of those experiences when you were explaining love, and that when the girl cooks the love, it's not potter potter. So I was just thinking of
Yes.
rice. Just thinking of rice. All of that's why I was telling you this thing. Yeah. So I was just thinking of rice and all the ways I've gone through life, and rice, and then
Yeah.
connecting it with like relationships that I've had. And there are times when one people, it's like when the people that care for us, those are the people that we take for granted. They give us their
Yeah.
shoulders for us to lean, but then when they want to lean on us, we just shift and they fall. You see, so all of those
Yes.
thoughts, when I listen to that song, I kind of gather it. But in terms of as someone who passes across a message, right? Like, what do you think will happen if people in a relationship kind of love or respect each other? If people apply the message that you are trying to pass in that song, what do you project will happen in such a relationship?
It will last
Mashallah.
if they can actually appreciate genuine love for, that their partner is, showing. Their relationship will last for as long as they live. You understand? As long as they live, their relationship will last. We have parents who have been married for like 70 years. Not that they didn't have problems, but they knew how to appreciate the good times over the bad. They knew how to give priority to the good times, to the good memories over the bad ones. So really, if they can take the advice, if they can really know that, all right, I have this person in my life now, but I'm still living a life that I'm not supposed to live, that I used to live before I had this person. Now that this person is in my life already, I should stop living that life, you see. So if they can think that way, we will grow. But if they keep thinking, oh, this person already loves me, so whatever I do, I mean, they won't leave, they will still, and you keep living your wayward life, there will come a point in time when the person will have been pushed to the wall and will no longer have anywhere to go apart from living your life, apart from
Mashallah.
leaving you for good. And once such person decides to leave, there's no coming back.
Mashallah.
You see, so we should, yes, I think we should really appreciate genuine love. Yes, I mean, love is really not a bed of roses. We all know that marriage is not a bed of roses. It doesn't mean because you love someone, everything about them will be perfect. No, it won't. They are human beings. They will make mistakes. All right, they will get you angry, but what you need to do is appreciate the good times over the bad. Once you learn to love, learn to give love, learn to receive love, you learn to share together, I think it will really go a long way to strengthen their relationship.
Mashallah. Thanks for that message, Maisho. People really have to dive into these things to really experience it. And I experience these things like firsthand. And as we leave, it's really, I mean, love is really a beautiful thing. It makes you realize
Indeed, indeed,
that
indeed.
perfect or perfection is something that is a concept in the sense that, like, we can say blue, but no one has ever seen blue. You may put on a blue t-shirt, but blue itself, think about it. If there's nothing that is blue around you, right, no object that is blue, where will you go and see blue? You see, or if there's no
Exactly.
blue to show somebody that is like this, how will you describe it? You see that it's not there. You see, so there's no, so the same with perfection, and we may have an image of it, but if there's nothing to compare it to around us, perhaps we will not see it. So me in like
Yes,
love, I
yes,
get to see that. I get to see that, like, maybe this idea of who I am, I have to like drop it down a little bit in order to meet someone halfway, and then they meet me
yes.
halfway, and then man, it's a beautiful experience. Not easy, but we push it. And then now in terms of love, I think that,
Thank you,
and
thank you.
then Ghislaine Haman says, nice to see Boy Tag again. And she says, Lord, rap to beef with people. I guess sometimes that is the misconception of rap music. And then incredible Sponder. Again, this is his design. He says that and that's a touchy area. You guys might want to measure your messages. And then ST ST Herman says, thanks for these beautiful words. Let's be original and stop wanting to copy Insta and stuff. And then she says, this guy is so
Thank you very
real.
much.
that this guy is so real. We need more youth that are so conscious. And then Gislaine
Thank you.
Aman says, especially people like him that are influencing us through their music. Mashallah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much.
Thanks for the warmth and the care and the love. And so now, another thing that is a major ingredient in love, either it's there or it's not there. It may help. It's like a spice. It's money or like financial situations. A lot of relationships start or don't start, or start and stop, or stop and start, however you want to put it, because of like money. You see, and last time most of us checked, if you really love someone, you become almost like Samson. Like you can break a building for love or jump a mountain. You see what I mean? So which means maybe one can
Yeah.
hustle hard because of love. So now while we grow up, we are not really taught about finances. And you coming up as an artist, you have to make it sustainable. Because
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I remember chatting with Area Father from Nigeria. He was explaining that life is like God giving you a phone and data. So some of us want to call God again and be like, God, I need more data. But you see that everything is there. You have to use your head. So you as a rapper, you have your talent, and if you ask God again for money, God can say, I made you a rapper. You see what I mean? So
Yes.
how
Yes.
do you tackle that aspect of riches, making money? Because you need it to sustain yourself. I don't mean in an extravagant way, but so in your journey
Yeah.
as an artist, and you could draw from your tradition. I remember you talking about Jangi and some kind of deep stuff about finances. So what is
Yeah.
that? What is like finances? What is money? Like how is it to us? What should we do with money?
I think a lot of artists like myself make so many mistakes when it comes to uh, properly handling their money, like the money they make from their art. A lot of us feel they will always come. You see, it's
Yeah.
like someone who knows that there is a standing order at the bank where he can just go every week and get a certain amount every week and get a certain amount. Unfortunately, that's not how it is in real life. Like in especially in our industry here in Cameroon, we are still growing, and you cannot solely depend on music,
Yeah.
to take care of all your bills, because your bills do not only limit themselves on your house rent or your feeding or your clothing, but it includes your future plans. You understand? It includes you investing maybe in real estate, or in buying of stocks, or investing in some local business. It also includes your buying plots of land tomorrow to build your house, to opening businesses for your family members and taking care of your loved ones. So it should not only limit itself to you buying, renting, paying your house rent, or your feeding, or no. So when I see a lot of youth extravagantly using money with the hope that, okay, as it has come today, it will come again tomorrow, it's funny. It's really funny. There
Yeah.
is no guarantee that because you have seen it today, you will see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
No matter how good your songs are,
Yeah.
you might not. You might spend a whole 2 to 3 months without you being booked.
Yeah.
All right. So now, during that period, or you might be, in the studio working on new music. So
Yeah.
during that period, what will you be doing?
Yeah. I see. I see.
Now, something like coronavirus came in, right?
Yeah.
Shows were cancelled.
Yeah.
For instance, shows were cancelled, performances were all cancelled. I lost money,
Yeah.
hundreds upon hundreds of thousands. I lost money. So now, during that period where you cannot perform, during that period where there are no shows, how are you going to make money?
Yeah.
How will you survive? You see,
Yeah. I
I
see.
think that is where the financial literacy now comes in.
Yeah.
Apart from you, doing the music for the passion and everything, that is where the business part comes in, man. That
Yeah.
is where the business side comes in. So I for now, I'm trying to invest in agriculture
Mashallah.
presently.
Wow.
Yes, I'm trying to invest in agriculture. Yes, bro. I mean, 2 hectares of land, bro. I'm talking big.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm
200
planting
pounds.
oranges now,
Yeah.
planting
Hmm.
palm nuts now.
Hmm.
So that is something I know will help me in 3 to 5 years' time.
Yeah.
So I'm planning long term.
Hmm.
You see, this
Hmm.
is something a lot of us don't do. I'm planning long term.
Yeah.
There will come a time where I will not be as energetic as I am now.
Yeah.
To jump on stage and perform and do this and jump left and right. There will come a time where I will be tired. I will feel tired doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
When that time comes, what will happen?
Hmm.
If there come a time that I don't release any major project or I don't have any hit songs or I'm not booked throughout the year, what will happen to me? I will go now to that agriculture and feed from it.
Mashallah. Yeah, I see.
You see, I
Yeah.
will go to the agriculture and definitely it will give me money. I will feed from that. Now we don't do that. We don't think about that. We are always trying to focus on branding. Renting expensive apartments, living luxurious lives. Buying all the latest shoes and clothes because you are talking about branding yourself and all that. Buying cars. I mean, piling liabilities upon liabilities on themselves, bro. Like,
Yeah.
man,
I love the word liability
pile
upon
liabilities
liability.
upon liabilities upon liabilities upon liabilities on ourselves, trying to impress people who actually do not care.
Yeah.
They don't care, like they do not care.
Mashallah.
You do all those things, you will have your likes, yes, but those guys actually do not care. Okay?
Yeah.
If your fans will actually care about you, a lot of them will write you inbox and ask the businesses that you have.
Yeah.
Trying to advise and making sure that despite the fact you are spending large on cars and shoes and clothes, they hope you actually have something, at the side, a side business that you are doing.
Yeah.
But if a lot of them are not even contacting you to make sure that apart from music, you are also investing in other things, then they are not genuinely there for you. They just like your music and that's it.
Mashallah. Yeah. I
They're
see.
not, they're not actually, they are not deeply, in
Yeah.
love with you. They are not deeply following you as a person. They
Yeah.
just like your songs and that's it.
Mashallah.
So if you are doing all that to impress people who do not actually care about you, you are in trouble. I'm not saying it's not good to brand. I'm not saying it's not good to wear flashy stuff. Yes, it is for show business. I understand. But now, once you are doing that, do you have a financial backup somewhere?
Mashallah.
What if you maybe, I'm not saying it should happen. I'm not praying this for everybody, but the worst comes to the worst, and maybe you have an accident, and it makes you it makes you incapable to perform as you usually perform.
Yeah, right.
What will happen to you? Without investments, you will see them now going online and begging for GoFundMe project. They will be begging for help left and right.
Yeah,
No,
right.
they should not do that, man.
Yeah, right.
They should not do that.
Man, thanks a lot for putting that out there. Money is something that is really, really rooted in our lives because they say time is money. And that's right, thanks. So, they say time is money and all we have is time. So, which means all we have is money. So, but now,
for sure.
Yeah. Now, when we look at money, for example, one thing that can push someone to invest, or that in line with what you're saying about artists and other people, how we may squander money and stuff, and you use the word liability. One thing that comes to mind is inflation. Because have you ever been chatting with any of your uncles and then they tell you that when I was small, I used to rent a house 100 francs? Have you heard those stories? Where your uncle say, "Oh, when I was young, we bought this." Yeah, or you bought a.
Every time my grandma, my aunts, they tell me that.
Yeah.
They used to buy, things very cheap. I mean, the money, the currency back then was really heavy. It was really high.
Yeah, and we always laugh.
Yes.
And we always laugh, and we forget that what they're also telling us is that if she had kept that 100 francs, today she would maybe be able to buy a better lollipop. You see? So exactly. Which means that if you are spending and spending and then the money is also losing its value, so it's like you're fighting two enemies. Because not only will you lack money, everything around you will be more expensive. You see what I mean? So,
for real.
So just imagine that. Yeah. And then about connecting with fans and artists, as you mentioned, I think it's a two-way street because in Cameroon, the culture that I've seen and I've gathered so far, and even the rest of the world, it's about people and celebrities. You see, uh, uh, now when people reach out to others, maybe the stars, especially in Cameroon, is hard. And I'm really grateful that you are humble enough that we can chat. That's how you even got here. Like I reached out and you replied. There are lots of people that I reach out like that, they don't reply. So how do you think they would be able to, other people will come and tell them business and proposals? You see, so what say you about that aspect, the other side, like from especially for upcoming artists? How is it that they can collaborate with their fans, and what kind of ethics do they need to put on so they can create that healthy environment where we can all have such collaborations as you implied in talking about finances?
They should bring down their pride, bro, their ego. That's,
Mashallah.
I think, yes, to my own observation, I think that's the main problem. Pride. When you have a song that's been out and maybe you have 1 million views now on your song on YouTube, you just think you are a superstar and you start, carrying yourself about as if you have arrived. So that's what is killing a lot of them. They are not humble enough to learn. They think since they are in the limelight, they know everything already.
I see. I see.
So it's very difficult for fans to really connect with them because they seem unreachable. When you write them all the time, they do not answer. When you maybe give them an advice, they would rather come and insult you under the comment section and everything. So a lot of them still need to understand that at the end of the day, the fans are what makes an artist.
Mashallah.
You see, yes, the artist cannot be an artist without fans. You cannot be a leader if you have no one who is following you. Who are you leading if you do not have followers, right?
Yeah.
So
Mashallah.
yes, exactly. So the fans actually give the artists the power that they have. So they should, in return, pay attention to the fans.
Mashallah.
You see, they should
I
in
see.
turn, yes, they should in return pay attention to the fans because actually they want, in a way, they want what is best for you because they want you to keep giving them good music.
Yeah.
So a lot of them will, approach you. I think this song that you released is good, but I think you should have done this thing like this to make it better since the industry is becoming more like this. So they give you those technical advice that you can use and apply on your songs. But how
Mashallah.
many of the artists actually take time to read those messages? How many
Yeah.
of the artists actually take time to listen? A
Yeah.
lot of them would think, who are you? Why are you coming to teach me? Now you one can't teach me music.
That's why.
Are you the one who is going to come teach me this thing? No, I know what I'm doing and all that. So with that mindset, it makes it difficult for the fans to connect with them.
Mashallah.
So one thing I will really tell a lot of these artists is be open-minded, be humble. Like don't just fake. You can't fake humility. It will show. One day or another, it will show. You see. So I'm just like be open-minded, be humble enough to listen to people. If you because I look at it. I look at it like the music industry is a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
The artist is the chef.
Mashallah.
You cook and you serve the population and you serve your population while they are eating in that restaurant. The food you serve them, they will tell you if the food is good or not.
Yeah.
Right?
I see.
If the food is good, they will tell you what makes the food to be good.
Yeah.
If the food is not good, they will tell you what made the food not to be good. So it
Mashallah.
will be for you to pay attention when they are telling you those things. A lot of them just feel no, because I am the one with 10,000 followers now. It means I know everything about music. I know everything about business. No one can tell me anything. I'm a star. So they carry that too much on their head, and it really hinders. It really hinders them to properly connect with people who are there to help them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mashallah. I mean, that's making me to think now. It's like I go to a restaurant and I don't eat pepper, and they put pepper, and I try to say that I don't eat pepper, and the chef is like, "Get out of here!" Like, like, who are you?
You see?
But I'm the one who does not eat pepper,
Exactly.
and
So
how it's gonna hurt my stomach.
That's the mindset a lot of
I
them
see.
have.
Yeah, mashallah, I see. And man, like it's really amazing to sit back and look at these things from this point of view because, like, I don't know about the current generations, but there are many things that while growing up, no one told me. It's only now that I'm figuring them out or trying to figure them out. And when I listen to your song, for example, listen to other people's songs, like it's from there that I get to learn and pick up some of these things. You see. So now a lot of there are many artists out there who put messages, and there may be people like me, perhaps, who look for meaning in songs. You see, so that brings us now to the point where, just like the cook, what you cook will influence how people eat it. So if people want to eat
Yes.
French fries, for example, or hamburger, so if I'm a chef, maybe is it wise for me to try to force them to eat eru? You see, so that if you see where I'm going, this is bringing me to the stuff with Nigeria and other countries, how online there are all these battles that people try to fight, like support your own, which is a great idea, but in the way they implement it. So I would like to know what you think about that, like especially superficially for a start, as is happening now in Cameroon.
I think, right, if we are still going to use the restaurants,
Yeah,
right, let's just use the restaurant metaphor, right? I
yeah,
think if you are a chef at a
yeah,
restaurant, right, and you have customers there, whatever you cook, they will either love it or hate it, right?
yeah,
Especially if they are testing it for the first time. If they love it, they will want more of what they love,
yeah,
you see, and less of what they hate. It is for you to pay attention to that. You see,
yeah,
you need to take your time and pay attention to what they love and give them more of that. Now, if you want to introduce something different, you don't just do it, in a whole, like if they come every day and eat rice, every day they eat rice, and you are trying to introduce, let's say, potatoes to them,
yeah,
it will not be wise for you to just turn from rice to potato all of a sudden.
yeah,
When they come they come to your restaurant and expect to eat rice, and all of a sudden you just serve them potatoes. They will not love it. They will not like it at all.
yeah,
It is not what they came there for, right? Now, it will be difficult for them to really try it. Just a few of them will have that courage to try now. But if you serve them rice with just one or two slices of potatoes on it,
yeah.
you introduce the potatoes that little, you see, they will
Mashallah.
eat what they already knew, what they already love,
Yeah,
and from that they will have, they will have the desire to test that slice of potato that you have
yeah.
put on the plate.
Mashallah.
Once they test that, and if they like it, they will tell you, wow, there was something you put on my plate of rice the other day. I think I like it. Can you serve me more of it again? So little by little, you will see that introducing that potato to them will make you understand if they will like it or not. But if you just serve them a whole full plate of potatoes where they were expecting to eat rice, it
Yeah,
will be difficult
yeah,
for them to adapt to it. So, and that, I think that is what we are doing
yeah. I
presently.
see.
We just want to switch, like we just want that complete switch without a transition.
Mashallah.
There should be a transition.
I
You
see.
see? Yes, there
I
should be
see.
a transition.
Yeah. I see, man. And the thing is that we go through that every day. Imagine like you're in the club and the DJ just switches the song. He doesn't make
You
all
understand?
that or he doesn't make all that like zzz, vroom, and
It
puts the
kills
next
the
song.
mood, right?
You just change it,
It
like
kills
the
the
next
mood.
song just shows up. You'd be like, what?
Exactly. It kills the
Imagine.
mood. At least try to introduce the next song.
Yeah,
So
right.
people will already know what is coming next. You do your chiki chiki, you introduce a little of the next song, blending in the tempo of the former song, for people to
Mashallah.
already know what is coming after that song.
Yeah.
But if you just from one song to the other without them knowing what's up, it
Yeah.
will hardly kill their vibe.
Mashallah. Because imagine that they're playing this kind of a breakdance song, and just when I'm about to spin with my neck, and then you change it to zouk.
Oh my God! It will sound like
you
you will be odd.
you just
Everybody will
change it
look
to
at you as,
zouk.
man.
That my head,
You are
I'm
doing
there
the right thing
spinning.
at the wrong time.
I want to spin with my neck. You just change it, my friend. Just imagine what you need to be. Yeah. So I see.
Exactly, and I think that is what we are doing. We should build that transition, and to me, I think doing that is us introducing the songs that we call the roots,
Yeah.
what we call the roots, that's the unseen songs where we can tap inspiration from, like the Makosas, the from the Ebalotins and the
Yeah.
Manu Dibangos and You understand? Those ancients in Cameroon, right?
Yeah.
We can tap from them and introduce it to our own urban genre or urban, kind of music. But if you are just trying to switch completely, it will be very difficult. People just want us to do pure Makossa or just pure Bensikin or pure Njang. It will be very difficult to blend in because that's not what people are used to now. That's not what this generation is used to.
Yeah, right.
So for us to introduce Makossa to the urban audience, or for us to introduce Bikuti to the urban audience, we need to find a way to blend it with the kind of rhythms that they are used to now, that they already know.
Yeah.
You see, we should blend it. For instance, if they are doing dance hall, if let's say everybody now is becoming a fan of dance hall, and you want to introduce Makossa, let it become maybe a rhythm from your country. You want to introduce it into to the wider market. You cannot just switch. Everybody cannot be vibing to dancehall and you just want to force Makossa on them. No, you will take that same dancehall and, try to blend it, fuse it with a little Makossa.
Yeah.
While they will be enjoying the dancehall that they already know and they already love, they will be getting that, that Makossa touch inside. It will be introducing them little by little to Makossa. You can't just switch without a transition.
Yeah,
that's what we are trying to do, and I don't think it's a good idea.
Mashallah. And I mean, I see that in that note, right? Before we continue, can I play something so I'm reminded of when you're talking about this? I'll not tell you the name. I'll play it, and then we'll discuss about what came to mind when you were talking about this.
Okay.
Yeah. So one thing you had, like the way the beat. What I'm putting this because one thing from what you're saying about us going back to our roots in a way, our songs are very rich. Like if you look at Makossa and as a layer, man, the number of layers there. So now that we just heard this, there's a rattling that is happening here that when I hear it every day, I'm like, man, there are people that can take only that rattling and make a hit song. So let me look for that so you can see.
C'est tout le monde qui a des problèmes. Tu n'es pas unique, tu n'es pas la seule. C'est tout le monde qui a des problèmes. Alimo, ne te fais pas de soucis. Ali Mama, c'est tout le monde qui a des problèmes. Tu n'es pas unique, tu n'es pas la seule. C'est tout le monde qui a des problèmes. Tu me vois souvent rouler dans des grosses voitures. Alors que j'ai des problèmes. Tous les jours je suis à la Côte d'Azur avec des nanas. Alors que j'ai des problèmes. Tous les jours je suis dans les boîtes de nuit pour casser des champagnes. Alors que j'ai des problèmes. Premier bureau c'est moi. Deuxième bureau c'est moi. Alors que j'ai des problèmes.
Alors que j'ai des problèmes.
Ne te fais pas de chagrin.
Yeah, man. We grew up to this, man. We all grew up to this. We all grew up to this.
Mashallah. You hear the part very soon. It's like they're still warming up. When the part will come, I'm sure you recognize it. Almost like the Balate part. You hear it?
Oh, man.
You heard it?
Yeah.
Man, like those guys, man, even if you listen to Nigerian, South African songs, you hear it, like when you hear those things, man, like our culture, we have these songs that they can take only that part. Only that part, like that beat.
Yes.
You see that beat, even Niger songs, South African songs, they are just a small part of what we have. It's like we have this rich, like buffet. You see, buffet of different kinds of songs where you can just go pick one.
Indeed.
So anyway, on that point that you were talking about going back, and so now that reminds me of the Poto Poto again. Like I love the beat. It reminds me of I forgot the title, but let me put it too. So before we continue, so for those who are here, let's take a minute and maybe relax and enjoy the song that one of the latest songs that Boy Tag released. Maybe we started with it. Maybe we'll take a listening break, absorb it a little, and then we'll continue with the discussion.
Ooh, yeah. You already know where you hear that bar, Boy Tag.
Oh, there's a video. Let me play the video then. There's a video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. You already know where you hear that bar, Boy Tag.
McCoy, the wild ass producer.
Yeah, attention tout le monde. Je ne vais pas dire que je suis un gars sincère. When my baby girl lost me, she placed no one above me. Le panga que je get selma. After ya yunbo, me kone zinyam wala was numbu me kalema. But she gave me a second chance. Tu sais que je t'aime ma reine, et nul peut se comparer. My African queen, yes you're the one, and I thank you daily. Now your love for this is so, love for this is so. Nachu uka fanga momo bebe. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body. Okay, I feel blessed when I come back every day, knowing my heart is safe in any way. It's with pride that I say this today. African queen came from the qualité, baby. You are special, girl, I swear. But I messed up, to be fair. You put your soul all in when you care. If it's mine, then it's yours, baby girl. Mwah. Tu sais que je t'aime, Marana, et nul peut te comparer.
Mashallah, that's Boy Tag.
Now your love for this is so, love for this is so. Nachu uka fanga momo bebe. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body. Nobody fine past you, nobody sweet past you, nobody fit try my love. Oh, them go run back all oh. Let you can and bow down, can and bow. Let you can and bow down, can and bow. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. L'amour tu m'as préparé, no be poto mama. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body. Baby nobody's gonna mess with your body.
Hey, Mr. K Mix. The wild ass producer.
Mashallah. Thank you. The biggest Boy Tag. The biggest Boy Tag. Man, that was a heavy one.
Yeah.
That was a heavy
Thank
one.
you. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much.
You know, you remember what I told you the first time? Like when we chatted previously on Topo, that how I came across your works. I was in college, and I used to like take some very serious courses, man, mathematics, computer science, economics, and stuff like that. And it was during the exams period. So you had this song that this first one. There was this Juju. Oh, you know that song, the one that, yeah, man. When I listen to that song,
Meet Start Part 2. Yes.
I think I'll play that one. so as we're chatting, so when I listened to that one, there was an explosion that happened inside of me. You see what I mean? And you had all these Juju dances. It was a whole trip. It was an experience that, like, if it's something one is afraid of, you are introduced into it. Man, like, not to go into detail, but that song gave me that juju entered inside of me. You see what I mean? And that's how I was taking those calls. That's why I reached out to you, man. Like what you guys do, that whole spirit that you capture and push it out there is really, really amazing. Yeah. So back to the note that you were talking about, and thank you too. Back to the note you were talking about, like going back to those classics, our songs. Do you think that would ever like? Let's look at the brighter side. If we start doing that, what do you think will happen? What are your projections?
I think we will reintroduce Cameroon to the world.
Okay.
Yes, I think if we succeed in doing that, we will reintroduce Cameroon to the world. Like people will see us, not completely different, and at the same time not completely the same.
Mashallah.
See, they were like, all right, these people are also doing urban music. These people are also into what everybody else is into, but they have an identity of their own inside. You see, like, all right, now everybody is doing what we just call. I think we generally call it Afropop. Everybody is now doing Afropop. As we call it right now. Okay. What differentiates the Afropop of the Afropop from Nigeria to that from Ghana? What differentiates the Afropop from Kenya to that of South Africa? It's Afropop. We call it Afropop. But now, what differentiates the Afropop from one country in Africa to that of another? It's that identity, that cultural identity that each country still has. That they are, spicing it in each of the songs they release. And that is something we should be doing. I think we should introduce the roots, going back to our classics. Take those songs that mark time. Take those songs that have, proved to be timeless. Those songs that are proven to be timeless, you see. Well, let's take those songs and reintroduce them into our own urban, into our own urban scene. Let's reintroduce it. Into our own generational music, the music we are doing now, the music this generation loves. Let's introduce that to it. If we succeed in doing that right, we will stand out. We will really stand out. If we succeed in doing that, I think we will highly stand out. But now what is keeping us behind? I think we are trying to do what Nigeria is doing already. We are trying to copy. We are trying to copy what Nigerians are doing. When they come up with a shaku shaku, all of us want to do shaku shaku. When they come up with a shoki, everybody else wants to do shoki. When they come now with zanku, everybody else wants to do zanku. But I can tell you, these people are not as interested in doing the local, in improving on our local rhythms as much as they are interested in copying. They don't want to create. You see, we find it difficult to create. We are that lazy. We don't want to create. We just want somebody else to create their thing, and we just copy.
I see. And man,
so I think it's a problem, man.
And when you put it like that, now I'm thinking that in terms of classics, if we use the songs as classics, and as you mentioned, Shoki and the others, it means we also need those concepts that could go viral. But we don't need to look far. Look at in the same way that we can take the sounds, the classical sounds we have, it's the same way we can take our traditional dances and slice one part. See, like Ben Sikin, there's one part that people dance and they almost touch the floor, that they go down, down, down. Imagine you take just that and give it a name. You see what I mean? And put it, the whole world will dance to that if that's the balate part that takes them. And as an artist, mashallah. And as an artist, it's not about one. And as an artist, it's not about one. It's about it's an investment, man. But in terms of like enjoyment, so you try one. If it fails, or if you don't have the results you expected, you try another one. And we have like 300 tribes. Imagine if you go you start with Douala when they're winding their waists.
Beautiful dance steps. We have beautiful dance steps, beautiful dance moves that we can incorporate into our urban music. But now, a lot of these dancers, when you call them on a project, you are shooting a video and the director will call a group of dancers to come perform to come and dance on your project, and you see they are doing dance moves from other countries.
Yeah, I see.
You don't even find the local dance moves inside. And you ask yourself, where are you guys going actually?
Mashallah.
Where are you going?
Mashallah. And you know,
If
we
you
used to
cannot really
hear.
portray your own identity out there, if you cannot portray your culture out there, so then what are you really doing?
Yeah, man. And you know, we used to hear Coupe de Calais was like a traditional dance. So I've been dancing other post traditional dances. like we used to say Coupe de Calais, even all these Mapoka and Dombolo. So those are like post traditional dances
All
all from
that.
their culture that they've taken, packaged,
And
and
we have
shipped it
our
out.
own.
Yeah, we
have
have
our
many.
own.
We have so many.
From Jang to Bensikin to Bikusi to Makosa to Asiko, I mean to Mangambe to there are just so many traditional dance moves, so many traditional dances, beautiful dances that we can take and reintroduce
Mashallah. And you
into
know what
our urban
yeah.
music that we are doing now.
And you know what I realized on this note? It's the same like not to get into politics, but just to prove a point. It's the same like how when we think of changing a country, we go take experts from outside, maybe from France, or even like when they say when they said they wanted to change the constitution of Cameroon and we'll do like federalism or stuff like that, you would hear people be saying like America or like this. Whereas we have tribes that have existed for hundreds of years, so they have not died. But if you look at these countries like America, France, they have had troubles until change those things. But our tribes, the chiefs are there that have the spirits of the ancestors. We're never looking within. We're only looking outside. But they are there existing. The Bamli people have been there for a while. The Oroko people. But we don't go and learn how they did it. We're instead going outside. It's really, I don't know if it's a gift
We
or a
have,
curse.
in a way, I think a lot of us have. A lot of us have that inferiority complex, as they call it. We think we are inferior. We think everything around us, apart from what is ours, is not good enough.
Mashallah. I see.
You see, we are like, my own thing is not good enough. My own thing is not good enough. If I don't get from outside, I will not be at peace with myself. You always feel as if you are less. You always feel as if you are inferior as compared to someone else. We don't really value ourselves. We prefer to consume. We don't produce. We don't want to produce. We are getting that lazy. We just, at the same time, we are dying in laziness and hopelessness, because the more lazy we become, the more hopeless we become.
Yeah,
We're
mashallah.
like, man, for us to really introduce this Cameroon region to the rest of the world will take us like 10 years. And we already start like, oh my God, I don't have 10 years to fight this battle. I want something where I can start enjoying now. I want to do something that will benefit me right away. And that is the vision we have.
Yeah.
That is the vision we have. We like short-sighted. We don't really think long-term. We don't think long-term, and I think that is what has been destroying us. Yes, we are growing, we are progressing, but our pace is really, really slow, extremely slow. And these are the things that are hindering us.
Mashallah. I see. I mean, thanks.
You
Thanks for
want to
putting
beat
that down.
someone
Sorry, go on.
at their own game. It's like we are trying to beat Nigeria at their own game.
Mashallah. Oh, you want to go
That's
and
what we are trying to do.
you want to go and race with the fish instead of what are you confirming?
Bro, are you serious? You cannot.
Fish.
You cannot do a swimming competition with a fish, bro. You cannot. You see, create your lane. Like, all right, we are going towards the same direction. Okay, everybody cannot drive on this particular lane because it looks as if it's already congested. Now you create your own lane. While heading to that same direction, all of us are doing Afropop, but once we get a little touch of Makusa in it, a little touch of Bikusi or Njang in it, it makes it different. You know, it gives it that Cameroonian flair. It gives it that, that identity. When anybody from outside listens to it, it would know, all right, yeah, this one sounds Afropop, but it is not the same kind of Afropop that Nigeria is doing, or South Africa is doing, or Ghana is doing. This one comes from Cameroon.
Yeah.
Because it will have that identity.
Yeah, right.
But if we do something exactly like the South Africans or exactly like the Nigerians or exactly like the Ghanaians. We are just living in their shadow, man.
Mashallah. I see, man. It's the same when you listen to rap. If you listen to Russian rap and then rap from maybe the Middle East and rap from India, you must get the Indian vibe, the Middle East vibe, and the Russian vibe.
Yeah.
You must get that in the Indian song. You must get that
That is how it's supposed
kind
to
of
be.
in the background.
That's
You
how
must
it's
get it.
supposed to be.
Yeah, I
When
see.
an Indian rapper is flowing, you will know this guy is Indian. You will know. He's not trying to copy the American accent. You see?
Yeah.
When you hear somebody from maybe Saudi Arabia or
Morocco, even Morocco
UAE
or Algeria.
or Morocco is rapping, you will know this guy comes from that place because from their accent, you get it. From maybe their beats. It may not be purely hip hop 100%, or even if it has the normal hip hop rhythm, right? The kicks and the snare of hip hop.
Yeah.
There must be some melody, some guitars that are, local to that country, that is traditional to that country, to make that sound different. But we are not doing that. That's what we are not doing.
Mashallah. I see. And you have been producing songs, right? Like you have been producing and stuff. Yeah. So what's your plan now in terms of, you said you don't have 10 years. I really understand, especially because it's not like we are really inventing. We already have it. We just have to go get it. But what's your plan in terms of like shifting to this? How are you going to do it? We have many regions. Will you be focusing on a particular region, or you want to like really paint Cameroon?
I want to paint the entire nation, bro. I have a list. I'm making a list of the different genres of traditional dances that we have.
Okay.
The different genres of music that has really blown, that has marked time in this country, from Makusa to Bikusi to Njang to what the North are doing, to what all those different dances, all those different rhythms. I'm trying to pick, the artists who have really helped promote that rhythm. Like for instance, if we talk of Makusa, we can talk of Misengo Francois. When we talk of Ben Sikin, we can be talking of Talanje Marie, or we talk of Kushwan Banda. When we are talking of Bangalum, we can be talking of the artist who passed away, John Menang. Yeah. For instance, when we are talking of Bikusi, we can be talking of Zelero Bombardier or Le Tête Brûlée, you see, Zanzibar. So I'm going into those different rhythms now to pick those people, right? When I pick those people now, I listen to them and I try to put myself in their, in their spiritual space. I try to see what were they thinking, like what were they thinking? How did they come up with this? What were they thinking to come up with this idea that made it to be, that made their songs to last this long?
Yeah, I see.
The Boalotin, what was he thinking to come up with those songs that made them to last this long? Because you can still listen to a Boalotin and feel as if the songs came out yesterday.
Mashallah. And what was he smoking?
Exactly. So, really, what was he, really smoking as he said? So I'm trying to put myself in that space right now. I'm really trying to put myself in that space and see how I can, connect with that and use that now, introduce it to what we are currently doing, what we are presently doing, the genres of music we are presently doing now. Introduce that inside what you are doing now. And I think it will bring that difference. Like on the song Poto Poto, right?
Yeah.
If you listen to the guitar, there is a lead solo guitar on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's Mario.
It's so great, man. It's amazing.
Mario, right?
You're right. It's amazing.
Yeah. So when people get that, they listen to this, man. It's like, it sounds like Zouk, but at the same time, it sounds like, you understand?
I do.
They get that vibe, like, okay, it has a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
What I see is time travel. What I see is time travel, because you're taking me back, but I'm in the present and then I'm in the future.
Exactly.
And then, man, it's an amazing experience.
Exactly.
It's an amazing
it's like bringing the good memories you had in the past back.
and then showing you that
See, you're bringing
this
the
new
good
boy
memories.
tag.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
reminiscing that nostalgia. You're getting the nostalgic feeling. That good memory you had in the past. I'm bringing it back to you, like serving it to you,
Yeah, man,
fresh.
it's like
How you enjoying?
it's like a lot of people have not experienced this, and most times when I say it, it sounds almost ridiculous, but it's an experience. It's like eating arrow, man. Like our ancestors cooked it, and I've eaten arrow that they put ginger, and that's my best arrow. You see, so it takes me back to the origins of arrow, be it spiritually or physically, and then it puts me that reality that I'm in now, that there's also ginger there. And the ginger is faint in
Yeah.
a way that I'm trying to figure out that, man, what is that special thing in this arrow? It's a whole thing, man. It's a whole experience. Yeah. Or those that cook cocky with onions. You're sitting there, you're like, there's something
Bro, you
different
just
in
need
here.
to introduce it.
Yeah, right.
Once you give people what they're already used to, and you give them also a pinch of what you are trying to introduce next. Once they are, enjoying that bit by bit, they get to be used to it before it actually arrives. But if you just surprise them with something totally different, it will become difficult for them to adapt.
Man, like we have been rushing almost over an hour. Do you think we should do the meet tag part 2 so we can tap that energy, and then we continue chatting, and whenever you want to fly, you let me know and we'll round up.
Yeah, I'm working on a project presently, so like
Okay.
in the next 25 minutes, I'll.
Mashallah. Okay, that works. Yeah, that works. So let me drop that, and then we'll continue from there.
All right, bro. Go.
J'ai décidé de ne plus galérer. Si on est là, au défaut, me donner les ouais. Moi, je prends ça dedans pour les vendre dehors. Parce que la fête, l'argent, c'est de vie ou de mort. Tous les jours, on me met le bâton dans les roues. La rue ne tue pas, mais les tuer, c'est nous dans la vie. Il faut savoir comprendre les gens. Mais comme ma me disait, j'ai mangé les dents. Nigga, take it or living, ain't got no facility. Earning a living, but my own ability. With or without the money, I'm still giving it. Go for the call, so you better believe in me. Hell of a boy, you can say you were feeling this. 2, 3, 7 West, I've been killing it. Some of the gods and see what they blessing me. 2, 3, 7 West to make money, a big deal. Big deal. I'm a boss like Meg Mill. Just like Manu the bang was there, you were never there. Now I'm a monster on the mic. I know the fear, yeah boy, know the fear. Why it be say anytime when you see one put me down, I know they go to my knees. Why it be say you the pretend for care when I ask you what time you the give me a piece. Why it be say for the game everybody na king and then no one believes that the mom go literally come like a thief in the night. I want to take that throne, I couldn't tell me this. Still in the game, veteran jumping the beef like a vegetarian, king of the jungle, like jumping for muscle is handed to make us in lot of my burial. No one to worry, but no one to marry. The pen is so heavy to carry. Boy, tag is a winner. You better end cause it's still a beginner, my nigga. Oh, how you start me, I don't know. So say bomba taggy one blow. Say taggy one blow. Come on for my way. I hustle every night and every day. Now I'm coming, now I'm dropping my roof. Yeah, now I go drop like so there I constipate. Alright man, cut it. I'm done.
Mashallah, I'm gonna get it, maestro. I just get it. Boy tag, man. Your inspiration, man. Your inspiration is like a dragon. Remember, I used to tell you that
Thank you
you're
very
like
much, bro.
Mansa Musa. Remember, I used to say you're like the Mansa. People say, "Oh, I'm king.
Yeah.
I'm this. I'm that." When I listen to you, man,
Yeah,
I said,
bro.
this man is like Mansa Musa. You know, and it takes me back to even this guy. What was his name? The guy that beats Sumanguru. He's from Mali. The guy, man, I forgot that his name. Sondiata.
Sondiata.
Yeah, Sondiata. Yeah. So, and we have our own heroes too from our own local societies, like in this place from Ekonde City and Ekonde Nene. There
Yeah.
is a stone in Ekonde Nene. There's a stone that if you go there, you see someone's palms, and then you see like footprints. And then I think you see prints of the buttocks, like someone sat there. So they told the story that I think they were going to fight a war, and then I think that the guys were saying if they go to the war, I will slap somebody like this, and the guy slapped the stone, and then his imprints were there, and then so he just showed. You see what I mean?
I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah. So anyway, that aside, yeah. If you, I've seen it with my own eyes. Maybe there's not a story, but I've
Yeah.
seen it. Like you see the prints on it. You see, I went there as a kid. I used to live in a Kondo city, and we just went there. It's just by the road. So now,
Yeah.
so now when I see what you do, I'm taking through stories I know, stretching from Africa, Sondiata, Mansa Musa, back even to my small village over there. So this energy, man, that you put in those things is really amazing. So back now to the theory or your chase to get these classics from these aspects of Cameroon. You're really in for a ride because we have different regions. You go to one region, they dance only with their waist. You go to another region, they dance only with their
Yes.
legs. You go to another region, they dance only with their like
Yes.
back. So you have a lot of things to take and build on top of.
To
So
talk from,
yeah.
bro. Yes.
So which means that perhaps the artists have also been doing a lot of work, but for an industry to survive, it's a collaboration of different talents. So management, choreographers, uh, designers,
Yes,
visual
yes.
effects. So what do you think? How do you see the current space of these people interacting? What do you think we need more so that this industry can like sprint to where we want it to go?
Yeah, like I said, right?
Yeah.
Let's lower our pride. Let's
Yeah.
kill our ego. And I'm beginning to see progress because we have understood that one tree cannot make a forest, no matter how big that tree is. Yes, no matter how big that tree is. One tree cannot make a forest, and we cannot succeed or survive, this battle. Let's call it, I'm calling it a battle because we are trying to prove ourselves as far as, Cameroon music and industry or entertainment industry in Cameroon is. We are still trying to prove ourselves that we are good enough, just like anyone else. So I think we have started understanding that working with one another, the artists coming together with the blogger or coming together with maybe an actor. Because now I'm beginning to see artists, I'm beginning to see singers on movies, in films. Yes, I'm beginning to see them in movies now. So it's really a big deal. And also at times you see an actor on a music video. So that collaboration is really becoming visible and is becoming significant because I think we have understood that we cannot do without each other. And though it's still kind of slow because there's still that element of pride inside, but I think we are getting there little by little. Yeah,
I see, man. And
we just need to be united.
And thanks for putting that out there. I actually just came from Hollywood. I went to Hollywood for the weekend, Los Angeles, and there's a whole vibe and spirit there. And I actually got a book. I wanted to see the history, how Hollywood was built together, so that I can have something because I really want to contribute to Cameroon, but from a business and developmental point of view. And that's actually one of the missions of this platform. You see, so I went to see their history. What you just said is there in your eyes. You see people collaborating, from tech people building the software needed to create maybe even a kind of animation that does not exist yet. So the guys do that. And then you have movie people, you have managers, the people that go study in Harvard just to learn how to manage people. And there's that whole ecosystem of these guys that together, the energy is so much so that people want to. It's like the sun, man. It's gravity. Due to gravity and its mass, it's so massive that all the other planets are spinning around it. So if we can gather that our energies, our talents, put it together, lower this ego, lower pride, as you're saying, it will be very massive. And things will just be spinning around us like the galaxy.
Exactly, bro. And that's what we need. That's what we really need. I think that's what we really need. That unity. That unity. It's like a football team. We are all in a team, right? We are all team members. We are playing for the same team. We are playing for the 237. Whether you are an artist, a rapper, a singer, a producer, a blogger, a graphic designer, we are all playing for the same team. It's like you have a winger, you have a central forward, you have, the goalkeeper, you have all those different
Midfielder.
parts of the field in football, in soccer, and all that. Everybody has a part to play.
Yeah.
You see, everybody has a part to play. Everybody cannot play the same part.
Yeah.
We cannot all become goalkeepers. Okay, so everybody has a part to play.
Mashallah.
Once we all assume our part and we know that we need to work with each other for us to win, as long as we get that as a priority, we will go. We are getting there little by little, but like I said, well, since nobody is perfect, we are still struggling with the pride thing, and hopefully we all understand that this pride and ego will not take us anywhere, and we need each other to grow. So unity is very important for an industry.
Thanks.
To progress.
Yeah. So as we round up, then, what comes to mind is you had spoken about finances, but we did not get into detail. You had given us like a big picture of where we can go. But for those who follow you on social media and on WhatsApp, there was a time when you had stressed on the reality and essence of things like Jangi, and you had spoken something that when I read it, I was like, whoa. You spoke about Jangi and how from our local environments we can grow instead of like spending money on other things that are not necessary. So can you take us through that so that we can tap from that again?
Man, like I say, right? Okay, if you're an artist or if you're doing something that's giving you even a little bit of money, you should first of all, have a plan. Now, I always advise people to plan ahead of time. Don't wait until you have money before you plan. Try to have a plan ahead of time. Just, maybe a 6 months plan or a 1 year plan or a 3 years or a 5 years plan. Knowing that, okay, before the end of 6 months, like 6 months from now, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done this, I would have, you understand? So once you have all those plans laid down, written down, now you start building strategies on how you do, to achieve those plans, right?
Yeah, right. Sorry guys, I think we have like a network glitch, so we're just hanging here until Boy Tag shows up and we can continue. So in the meantime, I guess I could drop one of his songs again. So I think I'm gonna do Minya City. Or maybe Don't for Quad remix.
Junju Calabash, oh yeah yeah, oh yeah yeah. 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 Jovi, respect ba. They said they do remix.
So thanks to everyone for listening. Boy Tag was here, but he dropped out. I guess it's due to network issues. We're about to round up. He will be here momentarily and we can continue. So in the meantime, we just take like a short break and give him some time to try to connect back and enjoy. This song is Don't For Quiet, the Boy Tag float on it.
ngong dem pokwat. I dey fair for shiba. Man on my UB so me no get shaking with intiba. At the hamba jacka scattered I go function I'm a stable. When I'm young I go drink papele come out like a teba. And when I finish I dey go to spark. If I do an two she knows I dey go tap fap. You dey cosh me say I dey stay from banda boy. Skin dirty like you dey rub na my younger boy. Enough set, my name is out there. To the claim socks, the idiot, the waka beg bread. If you want to talk for me, you twist your face like shit. I go make them show you side the broke armpit. Come and down, I di share with my brand. My rap the entire Venice, I di pass me the song. I di get machine around when my belly empty. And so my advice for you, I say make you no envy. Because
me I been at boom for quat. Oh boy, I been at boom for quat. I di bop. I do my thing, bang my star. Me I been at boom for quat. Oh boy, I been at boom for quat. I di bop. I do my thing, bang my star.
Yeah, give me two.
I think no worry me. If I did give you this one, I say you can marry me.
all them pappies, them pokwati with the drain, I got it win. Now come give me that to do beef after you chop my fish. Anyhow, but I'm still rolling with the best. Be you where the LA, the EBD, call the rest. Number one spot, and there's nothing left for you to guess. Boy, tag, I go broke if you wish the manifest. It get a CB, I the gather momentum. Boy, a fine boy, I no get time for pound kum kum. I don't see people fuck up, so tell them they go away. If I chop a nogi, no put them up for day. Congo sa go kill you, but jealousy no the pay. Mumun gombe, I go survive, I don't care what you say. Big rappers, them the rap, small rappers, them the play. Jovina Grand Frey, yes, but my own apple just remind you, make you know say.
Me, I been at boom for quat. Oh boy, I been at boom for quat. I dey bop. I do my thing, bang my star. Me, I been at boom for quat. Oh boy, I been at boom for quat. I dey bop. I do my thing, bang my star. Me, I been at boom for quat. Oh boy, I been at boom for quat. I dey bop. I do my thing, bang my star. Me, I been at boom for quat. Oh boy, I been at boom for quat. I dey bop. I do my thing, bang my star.
So guys, like we were saying, Boy Tag, and he was here, we're discussing, and I think a network connection. So while waiting for him, I'll just be dropping some of his songs. Feel free to comment, share, and please, we're trying to, we're building a community where we can share quality information, especially the rough work, because from my experience, and a lot of you can testify to that, creatives, people like Boy Tag, they are like people that go write concours, and then they just hand in the answer. They just hand in the answer sheet. They don't hand in the rough work. So we try to hold this conversation so that they can tell us the rough work. I remember listening to Fally, one of his songs that he said, life is good, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's sweet. So I was like, oh, if someone like Fally can experience that, then who am I? And it just made my day lighter. You see, so that's why we get to have this conversation, so that people like Boy Tag, anyone, you too, whatever you do, come here, we have these conversations. And you don't know, a kid might listen to it and may inspire him. Others may listen and it inspires them, so that's why we do it. So please share a page, like it. If you have any suggestions, write to us. We'll try to get back to you readily. Thanks. So we're still waiting for Boy Tag.
Baby, nobody's gonna mess with your body. Baby, nobody's gonna mess with your body. Nobody fight past you. Nobody sweet past you. Nobody fit try my love. Oh, them go run back all. Oh, let you can and bow down. Can and bow. Let you can and bow down. Can and bow. Now move to my party, no be pot your mama. Baby, nobody's gonna mess with your body. Baby, nobody's gonna mess
Boy, that shit could go down, man. See?
I think I should switch to video so we can see.
Yo, boy, I was like,
My it is. I always have a cancer, so can't salute me.
but yeah, now so right, man. I get some nasty mix, man. I get some nasty mix with. Yeah, man, I feel like we hear this shit, man.
So we're waiting for Boy Tag, and he dropped out due to connectivity issues. I was just playing some of his songs. This is one of the first that introduced me to Boy Tag. I almost felt like rapping, man, on this beat. I don't even know how to rap, but listening to this man, I was like, hey, man, I can. Anyway, I almost wanted to rap, but so you see for yourself.
2, 3, 7. Freestyle, check. Yeah, I want freestyle. You know, feel deny. So when I started, you go. No give me rice and banana. I prefer a chumbo, my brother. Boy, tight freestyling on panda, making your favorite rappers to border. They better make you come back for hospital break. Can they beg God for butter? That was to make you shindon with your baby head. This a bushy farmer for slaughter. If you want to go ask your mommy, who be this bikini, mommy? Is it busy for me to give hits like a baseball bat? Nah, man, I give it all to stay committed. You looking at me, miss, I did it. The king things to bring blinks, but stings, pins, and skinny jeans. Skinny jeans is not my lover. Yeah, call me Michael Jackson on the cover. Sorry that she caught her daughter by the bed doing things I never taught her. Apologies upon apologies. Cameroonians dope as a prodigy. Motherfuckers don't know what they say to me. Pouring punchlines with no economy when they come for me. It ain't my fault all you haters so it's not a triple competing with a hard nigga on the fast lane. So people want to run your mama city over Bobby. They know say plenty money better pass fame. I like the way my paper run the gara. So when I want the hammer I go holla then I scatter. I don't get the time for follow money bella pala pala. You know better pass the banana was stand up over Dwala. Ooh. Yeah, this means Boy Tag and pair. Now we this. I done the hustle my life year after year. Now my mutumburi make them niggas dance like they don't care. Yeah, I did for lions then Danya with no keys. I don't work hard, so give me the keys please. Boy Tag, yeah, they come cheese. I do what I know how to do best. These me's. I know a lot of you must expect me not to kill this beat, but Stanley, you know what's up, I'm unstoppable. On top of the stoppables, I'm head of the round table, so be afraid of me. Boy Tag, when I stay facts, they pay back with a Maybach. You know one ahead of me. I'm a big man representing 237 Cameroon, so watch what you say to me. Check. Put my work in your faces, make you talk slower than a stammerer. So the earlier you crown me king, the better. By the time they define him talk, I dem my studio the bake. When them see me, they want stand a beef. I chop, I'm not drink water like snake. I don't know what I have, but the man, the complain. Say, I want me president, even as a no campaign. To read the past today, when I put my small money for that table manager, the hurry for can't give me champagne. I'll be watching for come on me. Everything I bet you say, it go to support me. But I'll be denied cause I handle my success. Suspect nothing less. When they list, expect respect the next best thing on deck. Check, I'm flexing, singing my ex with ex Malaya player. Give me my own, I know the bag. I'll be back, I cook it, I make bread. Muscle up like Grand Cobra, grow brown and law. Mais den chup teta, yeah. A connaît fa bambé, les bamileke sont les millionnaires, Jovina daka un grand frère, ouais. Na grace of boy di hangbo. San kwata muyuka the fine boy. This perica them the runs I'm not any hammer. When I time for home I can see how all them the fly boy. Me I no one talk much I want to make a parler. Bienvenue au Cameroun tout le monde est pas play. Là où la motivation ne fait que nous échapper. Mais on a appuyé sur des rangées. Yeah. I did easily reach for the level where other money contest, nigga. DJ the man hurry for play my song. Let's stand the no test, nigga. Yeah. They don't want for debate and cause they already know who be the best, nigga. I be that kind of man, boy, if you mash my door, I go tell you what today is on my chest, nigga. Baby, calm down. Mad over you, yeah, now maybe run town. Now one time, I do look and at the right time. So dope, I no get fire for one time. Jovi, now big man. Borobo head with a big plan. No with this kid, big hand, a big hand. Where you go? Alright, check. Let's see what we have.
Yeah, man.
Nigeria, yeah, Jagaban. Why say, ain't nobody but a dime. Yeah, I say. Let's see what we got. Alright, Boy Tag. Niggas smelling nice, tapa koraban. I see how shame na the handle their face like over pan. It's better when you give a distance from a nigga who never understands the way that I handle my business. Motherfucker, tell me how we no go expand. Love a man. When I come, you give me 7 man. Hustle couple of days, we no cover man. Boy, tag talking like I'm hover man. Yeah, I hustle this and the money back. It's a freestyle, keeping nothing back. Tell me room 2, 3, 7 hands on my chest when I say that. When I say that, in my backpack stacks back to back. Here we go. Battle ranking, Stevens music, boy tag got the next thing. Godfather, Grand Stallone representing. Me off on my back, boy, them same thing. Roll the weed, no we burn up. Same thing I go on till the sun come up. Cause the boy, the motor me eye. Me no want no bumbo clap process to run me freestyle. Baby, my love for you, no get counterfeit. Give me just one chance, let me down for your heart with no retreat. Girl, I be living it like I stay on my mind on repeat. Boy, tag got your back, baby, so go take your seat. Back to these niggas, no middle fingers, cause all my hand they busy. A punchlines for you to read in between. See, haters be like, boy, how you manage get your money? So I be like Zagadat. The boy is so easy. Yo, still this music to twist out boy tag. Rest alone, holla. J'ai décidé de ne plus galérer. Si on est là, au Dieu faut me donner les ouais. Moi je prends ça dedans pour les prendre dehors. Parce que la fête d'argent c'est de vie ou de mort. Tous les jours on me met le bâton dans les roues. La rue ne tue pas mais les tuer c'est nous dans la vie. Il faut savoir comprendre les gens. Mais comme matin me disait j'ai mangé les dents. Nigga take it or living, ain't got no facility. Earning a living but my own ability. With or without the money I'm still giving it. Go for the gold so you better believe in me. Hell of a boy you can say you were feeling this. 2, 3, 7 ways I've been killing it. Some on the gods and see when they blessing me. 2, 3, 7 ways to make money. A big deal, big deal. I'm a boss like Meg Mill, Meg Mill. Just like my Nudie Bang was there, you were never there. Now I'm a monster on the mic. I know the fear, yeah boy, know the fear. Why it be say anytime when you lost, you want put me down, I know the go to my knees. Why it be say you the pretend for care when I ask you what time you the give me a piece. Why it be say for the game everybody not king and then no one believes that the mom go literally come like a thief in the night. I want to take that throne, I could have be this. Still in the game, veteran jumping the beef like a vegetarian. King of the jungle, I don't for muscle is handed to make us in not my burial. No one to worry, but no one to marry. The pen is so heavy to carry. Boy, tag is a winner. You better end cause it's still a beginner, my nigga. How you start me, I don't know. So say bomba taggy one blow. Say taggy one blow. Come on from my way. I hustle every night and every day. Now I'm coming, now I'm dropping my roof. Yeah. Now I go drop like so there I constipate. Alright man, cut it. I'm done.
Mashallah. So I think we can cut it. Yeah, shout out to Pete. Actually, Boytag was here and he just stepped out. He due to connectivity issues, he had to disconnect. But I think you'd enjoy it in your spare time. Yeah, Boytag is really talented. This song is like fun now. When one is driving, you can get a ticket. If you're listening to Boytag with these songs, he's really, really amazing. So thanks everyone for joining. I think I just wrote to Boytag that he shouldn't sweat it. He already gave us most of the information we could get from him. He spoke about how we should not try to change ourselves because we will just become the copy of what we want to change to, and that's not original. He gave us some talks about finances, how it's good to save because rainy days may come. And he also spoke about collaborating with people so we can grow, and that's how we grow. And then in terms of Cameroon, he said that it's good that we go back to the classics. That's why his songs, he mostly sings like Mignacité. He's trying to re-expose Cameroon to the world with what we have instead of trying to copy from people, again, which is not original. So quality info in there. I, for one, is really inspiring. I'm going to use all the information and the energy I gathered from this session to like do my own work and whatever it is that I do. So I hope you guys get a great one. And feel free, please share content, follow our page. Feel free to request if you want anyone to appear. Let us know. We'll try to reach out to them and bring them so we all can learn from them. So have a good one. And I think we have come to the end of this. So play a Boytag again, and then we can Thank you. That's Poto Poto. It's his latest song. You can get it from, I think it's on YouTube and other streaming platforms. It's actually just new, and he does what he said. He goes back to the classics and tries to give us what we need. See you guys.